What's going on, guys? Travis with RAC Garage, and today we're going to be working on the 37 Sedan delivery, fixing those bullet holes on the side of that window. So, yeah, let's take the wood out of the inside and get everything clear and free so we can actually work on that panel without having to go behind wood and mess with all that stuff. So it's nice and free, and I can take my planishing hammer and be able to planish those welds out nice and smooth. So let's get taking that wood out, and we'll get into making that patch. Alright, we're on the dark side of the shop here, and we have to fill these bullet holes. So instead of smashing the metal flat and welding all the holes up, I'm just going to make a little oval shaped panel, cut it out, weld it in. So, and also probably fix this little dent here. I don't know if that was a bullet hole from previous and they tried to patch it up, but yeah, I'm gonna take care of these. Should be fairly simple. Like I said, just cut a piece out. I don't have my English wheel. A friend's borrowing it, so my little patch before I weld it in, I'm gonna kind of run it through my planishing hammer with a big low crown die, my 2.5-inch ones, and see if I can get a preliminary shape in the panel before I even weld it in, and then I'll have to planish it after, obviously. But it's kind of a pretty deep in here to get to this, so good thing I have my my roof hoop from JRM, so I'll be able to reach in there with my planishing hammer. See this roof hoop here? See how big it is? Oops. Thing is giant. So I'll definitely be able to reach that patch. Huge. So glad I got this. I got this for the shoebox shop when that comes. Alright, so I just cleaned off the car with the Eastwood SET, and I put a little bit of shape in this with the planishing hammer. Not much at all. I just wanted to get some kind of crown in here. I kind of want to trim these corners, make it round, because squares usually tend to blow out and you lose them. So if it's a round corner, when you're welding, you never kind of lose that corner. So I'm going to trim the edges on this, and I'll trace it out on the window panel, and we will cut it out and start tacking this in. Alright, so I just traced this with a Sharpie, nothing too serious here. I don't have any Dykem. I would scribe it, but you know, I felt like a Sharpie in it today. So I'm going to go try and cut these out with the hand snips. It should be fine. If it distorts the metal around here at all, I can always just hammer dolly it flat before I tack the piece in. And everything's getting planished out anyway, so I think we'll be alright. Okay, so this isn't working at all. I'm going to get my panel saw and do it the right way. Alright, so I got that piece, I got that nasty piece cut out. This one just held right there with a magnet. Gaps are pretty good. Not perfect, but you know, they'll do. See, there's a little big gap down there, but it's not as big as it looks. So I'll tack that up, planish it smooth. Then I'll go back and fully weld it and probably knock off the highs, planish it, knock off some more highs, planish it, and should be good to go. Alright, so I started to weld that, and my heater came on, blowing my argon away. So I stopped, paused the time lapse, waited a little bit for it to shut off again, and I forgot to hit record. But as you can see, I welded it all the way around. Now I'm letting this cool all the way to the touch. Then I'm going to knock the high stuff that this won't glide over easily. Then I'm going to hit that lightly with this. So I'll turn that down. And so after I hit it lightly with the planishing hammer, I am going to knock off a little more of the highs, hit it again, knock off some highs, hit it again until I can just easily glide over it, and we'll knock it flat, and hopefully we won't see any of this weld. Hey, look at that. You saw it here first. Weld's cooling down. Look at that low spot it just created. Crazy. And people, you see, okay. Common misconception here. See this pop, this dented in right here. It's a big low spot right here. I didn't do anything to this spot here. So do not hammer on the back side of the spot to bring it up. That's not how it works. You mess with the weld where you affected the metal. That's it. If I came here and there was just a dent here and I didn't do anything, it's a different story. Totally different story. But since I just welded this and shrunk this here, it needed to come from somewhere. And we just saw it, boop, suck in. See how much of a low spot that is? It's giant. So we know what we did. So only mess with what we did, and that will come out on its own. Alright, so it's next morning. It was late last night. I was getting a little crazy. So came back here and touched it off a little bit with this, my JRM planishing hammer with my roof hoop. This thing, there's no other way you would get at that by yourself without this tool and this hoop. Good luck trying to planish, hammer, and dolly that weld by yourself. Hey, alright, so Jason is the mastermind behind JRM Tool Company, who recreated this Milwaukee planishing hammer. So a quick trick he told me, if you guys have this little knob can be pretty slippery when your hands are full of oil, because you should keep your panel oiled up. Put a little, what do you call it, hose clamp on there. Nice and easy to turn it when there's that hose clamp on there, so you're not slipping around. Because I always have to like squeeze on this thing real tight to turn it. So with that on there, quick little trick. And for the last bit, I threw on the swivel dies. I have a swivel adapter for the bottom and a swivel die on top. And this kind of really saved me. It's kind of hard to explain, but I didn't have to worry so much about holding this square to the panel, and my back wasn't feeling that great. And holding that hammer out there, and it's not, after a while it gets to be something. It gets to be pretty heavy on your back, so to come all the way in here to hit that, so that really saved the day on this job. It's gonna help a lot. But yeah, hit it with that and the swivel dies, And I was able to actually get more pressure with the swivel dies, because with those adapters it adds more height. With my regular dies, just this top anvil and like a bottom die like this, I had the adjustment tightened down all the way, and it still was kind of loose. Not loose, it was tight, but since the hoop is so big, there's a lot of flex in it. So with the swivel dies, it allows me to get tighter on the panel. So that helped out smooth it more. I still need to kind of knock down some of these high spots here, but it's almost a mirror finish, so I'm really not too worried about it. This car's getting some filler anyway, but it's smooth. It's perfect. It's just you see those there. I could probably go at it with a DA and get rid of it, but I'm kind of busy today. Not really gonna hit this too much more. Let me see if I can't show you, because I feel like it looks bad. There it is. It's where I left it. Okay, so there's a curve in this panel, so it's kind of hard to tell you, but there's an even sweep. This is on the weld. There's no light coming through the weld. It's all flat where it's supposed to be. So that can just take a sand and that'll probably disappear. I'll show you next time we're working on this thing. I'll probably hit it off camera and I'll come back to it and show you. But I'm happy with it right now. Just want to clear it up for you guys still seeing the circle and saying, oh, it's not perfect. It will be. Or close to it. It doesn't even matter. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going crazy. I did make a list. I'm starting to try and get organized. Yeah, I made a list. It's on Ken's, that's 37 Sedan delivery. This is everything I need to do for it. And each one is pretty much like a panel. So, a lot to do. Trying to get organized. So I feel like I have paralysis by analysis. And I come out here, I stare at this thing, and I try to figure out what I got to do. And I just start thinking too much. And I don't get much done, so I'm going to try and change that. And go by a list and actually get stuff done. So, alright, some news on the pullmax. It's on its legs. I didn't record me putting these on because it was super sketchy and I wanted to really concentrate on not dying. Then have to worry about if I'm getting the shot. So sorry. I should have put a time lapse on, but I didn't. So it's nice now. It's kind of like it's up to the middle of my torso, the cutting the working head. So that's not bad. Solid as a rock, just like it was. So I'm happy with the feet. The motor should be coming in today, any minute. Amazon said it's out for delivery. I got one off Amazon. I just bit the bullet. This is the wrong one, so I bought a 3-phase motor, 2 horse like it came with originally. 220, 440 dual voltage 3-phase motor, and I got a VFD. That's for 2 horsepower. So everything's matched. It's going to run just the way I need it to. So I should have taken this off, but I got a bunch of stuff to do. So when it comes in, I'll obviously take it off, switch everything over. The VFD is not coming today. It should come tomorrow, it said. So motor today, VFD tomorrow. I'll hook the motor up, and then I really just need to wire the VFD after that. I'll probably splice into the wire here. Alright guys, that's it for this one. It's a little short one, mostly time lapses. Been busy with this stupid thing, trying to get it up and running. VFD should be in today, and hopefully I'll start making panels with it. But yeah, keep on liking, commenting, subscribing, clicking that bell. You guys know what to do. Appreciate all the support, like always. Can't say it enough. We're almost at 4,000, which is pretty cool. 4,000 subs. Yeah, if you got any video ideas, drop it in the comments below. I want to do some more how-tos like I did kind of with the welding stuff. It wasn't really how to weld, but it was more of more content for other people other than us weirdos who like to weld metal and smash it together with cool tools. So I like to kind of cater to some other people, broaden my channel. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.